Capricorn, what are some messages for Capricorn for mid-March into the end of the month? What are some messages for Capricorn? I see this one sticking out. We have the Emperor upright. Okay. Oh, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. I'll put these cards out here. All right. It seems like Capricorn, you're dealing with an authoritative figure here that might be like suffocating you. You're getting nagged at by someone who comes off pretty bossy and is like not giving you space. Uh-oh. Can you tell me more regarding this particular subject? Hello, Chocho. Welcome in. Hi, Karen. How are you? Capricorn, who is this person that is of authority figure nagging you? Okay, let's see what this is telling us. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Three of Wands in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Eight of Swords upright along with the Seven of Pentacles upright. Okay, Capricorn, so what is going on here with you involving this person? So it comes off that this person has been very like greedy and not really like backing off. It's like they're very selfish when it comes to interacting with you, and because of that and that stubborn, greedy personality, they've been causing you a lot of delays and obstacles in whatever it is that you guys might be handling. This could be a boss or someone at the workplace that just won't leave you the fuck alone. And it's like they won't leave you alone, and there's so many like distractions and delays caused by this interaction. It also is showing me that you're trying to be assertive in how you'd handle this individual because there's so many delays. And I know, Capricorn, you're kind of very tunnel vision, especially when it comes to the workplace and anything that involves your finances. Like, you're not going to let down, so you're matching energy here is what I'm sensing. You want to be fair with them, and you're trying to be assertive, but yet you're more approachable than they are. It's also showing me there's some doubts that you have as well. Like, this person is so like hard-headed, and I think you might have met your match here in terms of stubbornness. You might be dealing with an Aries, actually. So it's interesting because like the Capricorn is the goat, right? But then the Aries is the Ram, and they're always like butting heads. And it's like it seems like you met your match here, Capricorn. Like you have a lot of leadership, yes, but the Aries, if this person is an Aries, or they have the qualities of an Aries, or have any Aries placements, they are also cardinal energy, and you guys have your own way of doing things, but they also have their own way of doing things, and they have a lot of like leadership qualities that is kind of hard to ignore. And because of that, you feel like you're kind of like going down a peg or two, like you feel disempowered, and you're starting to doubt yourself too. But like there's a part of you that wants to be fair. Like you put a lot of effort here, and you want to see the merit of your efforts grow into something. And I think that's what's really like stressing you out here. This might be revolving around a project that you started, and now like Aries is trying to like, come in and tell you what to do. But like you've been seeing how this project grow in a direction, and you think you know it in and out, but there might have been points that you might have missed that this person has been like telling you about and trying to get your attention on that you might have missed. And now you're doubting yourself, and you're like, am I really screwing this up? Like I thought I was doing good. Like there's these little doubts that are like affecting you, Interesting. Welcome in, Lemons. Can I get some hidden factors? And guys, I will be, some of you who haven't been in my lives in a while for like tarot, I started doing another deck for hidden factors just so that I can get like, just in case a card comes out twice, like I have another deck pulling out more information. So I do want to see more. Can you tell me some hidden factors regarding Capricorn's situation, please? What are some hidden factors here? Okay, we got the King of Wands. Hidden factors for Capricorn, please. Okay, we have the High Priestess. You see, we got the the Nine of Cups coming out in reverse again. That's interesting. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. Okay, I feel like these also wanted to come out. All right, so let's do these hidden factors and see what's going on here for you, Capricorn. King of Wands, the High Priestess, Nine of Cups in reverse, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Okay. So I'm getting this vibe that this is giving me some advice that's going to be taking place later down the line in April. So let's see if this is a reoccurring issue with you, Capricorn, when we do our April reading, because I'm getting some Deacon cards here telling me a time period to expect this hidden factor. Okay, so regarding this situation, I think this is the other person and this is you as the High Priestess. The other person here is giving King of Wands energy, and this King of Wands energy is someone who's very passionate, has a lot of like fire in the way they move. Like they influence other people, the way they like interact, the way they handle themselves. And it comes to them like overcoming big challenges that others can't really normally do. They see things as a bigger picture. And so there's some perspective that they're giving regarding this situation that you might not be able to see. Okay, and this is very important to know in a hidden factors reading portion of the tarot, is that this person sees things in a bigger picture, but you're not really looking at it in that perspective. So they are making good points about this certain situation that they're trying to like talk to you about. However, there's a part of you that is much more into the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is talking about the introspective view of things, and they are very intuitive. So there's this inner like perspective you have based on your intuition, like, and that doesn't really fly with this person. They're more about like seeing things externally and in the longer run, while you're kind of like in the know of your inner views of things. And this is where you kind of like butt heads on the situation. And then there's like also like feeling like you don't know if this person just doesn't like agree with you because they're not satisfied with the way you're doing things. You think that there's a part of them might even be like really selfish and full of themselves. But it's like, it's not good for you. Like you feel like a lot of resentment. This is like, or maybe this is what they're feeling, honestly. It's think it as how it resonates. It's either you or them. Like they come off like they're just miserable and they're not happy and they just are very self-indulgent and like they just don't want to hear what you have to say. They're all about themselves. Like they give off that kind of personality, right? But there's also something about this that makes you kind of like scared. And this is why I think this might be involving someone at the workplace, because it's talking about the Five of Pentacles in reverse, right? And it's like recovering from a financial loss that occurred here, right? You want to improve the finances. Maybe there's something that happened at work where there was a mistake and things tanked and you guys are all working on a project to like recover from that. And there's just so much pressure here. And if you don't know that, then the other person knows that. Like, that's why they're kind of like getting into your business when it comes to this specific thing. And it's also showing me here, Four Cups in reverse. There's going to be a point here where someone is going to have a moment where they think about things and they're very aware of like the risk here. There's a level of acceptance that is going to come in soon. But yeah, I think like with this card here, with the Ten of Swords following through, it's showing me like, okay, the worst that has happened, right? Things can't get any worse than this. So there's like an underlining like message from there where it's like, okay, if it can't get any worse than this, that means we can only go up from here, right? And in that sense, there's a moment where you guys can agree on something and come to terms to accepting things and knowing that you guys can work together with compromising, right? At some point, there is a point where you guys are going to work together successfully, right? I do see here with the Four of Pentacles and then with the Two of Pentacles. So what's important here is that I'm getting a vibe that these are Deacon cards, more so than explaining something. This is just my intuition, like kicking in for this reading. So sometime in April, something is going to happen here between you and this person, where you guys are going to come together and explore different ideas and actually might celebrate something, right? Or there's important dates here between the 1st of April to mid-April that you have to keep an eye on, that is within this hidden factor read. Like, this struggle of power dynamic here is probably gonna like work together, and you guys might actually become like a power couple that's at work, not in a relationship, but like just working together. That's like a amicable like force to be reckoned with during that period. I think right now is not the time, but at some point you guys are both like going to work on an issue and you guys have the same goal. It's just that you have different ways of like approaching the idea, but at some point one or the other is going to come to terms with like the other person's view. Maybe you guys need to sit down and talk, and things can't get any worse than that. I mean, things will eventually get better. Okay. What's some advice for Capricorn, please? Knight of Wands, reverse. And for some of you who don't know, Capricorn is very big on finance, very big on work. So this probably isn't like a usual read of interest, but for Capricorns, it is. Like anything that involves work and finance, Capricorns take very seriously. And the thing is, I feel like a lot of Capricorns can come off as hard asses, but they're people too. They just don't know how to like express their emotions. It's just something that's really stressing them out. Okay. Okay, we got the Nine of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Hangman in reverse, Six of Wands in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, and then the Six of Cups are in reverse. Having a hard time seeing this. Okay. In terms of advice here, okay, Capricorn, it seems like you're very like angry and frustrated. You might even be feeling restlessness. There's a lot of like financial worry here. Like, is this person that you're dealing with just being greedy? Or are they corrupted? Or like there's a sense of not understanding things. And this is where the advice is going to come in. Like, you're going to come to a point where you're at a crossroads of indecision on whether or not how you want to go about this. You have to understand that, like, you have to change your perspective with the Hangman in reverse. It seems like both of you guys are very, like, stubborn in changing your perspective. And that's why, like, there's not much opportunity happening here between you guys. It's the stubborn energy. So it's something you have to think about. Like, am I going to keep being stubborn, or are they going to keep being stubborn? Like, what is more important here? Our ego or solving the issue, right? If you want to be real with yourself, like, if you guys are going to continue being stubborn and stuck in your own ways, there will not be any opportunity of improving this situation. You guys are going to lose focus on what's really important. And it's going to be hard for you guys to charge forward into making the changes you need to make, okay? Followed by that Six of Wands and the Five of Wands. So it does seem like there is a part of you that is considering of avoiding confrontation. Like, you don't feel like you're being recognized for your efforts, and there's times where you feel self-doubt. But just keep in mind that that might be what the other person is also feeling, and it's not a nice feeling. When you work hard because you care a lot about something and you feel like you're being undermined, it's not a good feeling to feel. It's not a good emotion. And so you have to remember, like, if you don't like what's being done to you, don't do to others. And it seems like maybe this person might also be feeling that. And it's like you guys are kind of like mirroring each other in some retrospect. And so with that Six of Cups coming through, you know, I feel like there's a lot of naivety here. Like, there's like, maybe you felt burned in the past by a similar circumstance, but you have to understand that, like, not everyone is the same, and you're resisting change in yourself and how you handle those type of situations because of a past experience. And what the tarot is basically saying is, like, you guys have a lot in common. You guys should talk. You guys have the same goals. You guys are having the same anxiety and worry, and you both feel like you're undermining each other. It's like a lack of respect. And there has to be a moment where someone has to, like, be like, hey, Let's not get confrontational. Let's actually talk about things. Let's drop our ego and have a mature conversation about this and just express yourself and realign yourself so that you guys can work together in achieving the same goal. Okay? That was your reading, Capricorn, for the rest of March. Virgo! Oh, you give up? Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely trying to read what you said, bro. Just please know that it's not me. Okay, Virgo. You got the Ten of Cups, and then you got the Two of Swords in reverse. So, interestingly enough, Virgo, it seems like you made a decision on what's going to make you happy. And you think that this is like something that you actually will be happy about. Like before you were kind of like at a crossroad of what to do, but it seems like you have more confidence on what you want to do in order to be happy ultimately. Let's see. So Virgo has made a decision on what will make them happy. Get more cards to clarify this, please. Ace of Wands. Get the Ace of Swords in reverse. Two of Wands in upright. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Six of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, one more shuffle. Any more cards want to come out? Just show yourself, please. Nope. Okay. Alright, let's interpret this. So it seems like Virgo, you've been planning a lot lately because you've been dealing with a lot of chaos that seems kind of unclear to you lately. It seems like you've been very confused in all the chaos that's been happening with you this past month. So you have been trying to discover or plan new ideas on how you want to approach things and go forward. I do see with this Queen of Pentacles, though, it seems like the person that you might have been dealing with is kind of like suffocating in their own sense. And they are very materialistic here, and you don't like that. They've been very materialistic lately, and it's got you thinking about how you want to like explore other options. You also feel somewhat depressed because you feel like there's a lot of misunderstandings here with that Ace of Wands in reverse. It also seems like Virgo, like, despite it being unfair, you understand that there are some levels of selfishness going on here because of debts that might be occurring, and that there is a lot of passive aggressive fights happening here that like makes you a little frustrated. So like, okay, if I were to summarize this, Virgo, it seems like there has been a lot of chaos lately and a lot of people fighting. You're trying to figure out what to do, but like there seems to be a lot of delays here that's been making you feel depressed. And you feel like it's because of misunderstandings that it's in that direction. But someone here is the main person that's being suffocating. They might be naggy. It's because they're materialistic and they won't just shut up about whatever nonsense that they're sprouting. And you get it though. Like, you understand. Like, there's some levelness of selfishness here, yes. But you understand it's because there's some debts that need to be paid here. But like, ultimately, you were at a crossroad, but now you're not anymore. You have a decision that you've made that you want in order to be happy. Let's put some hidden factors. This is an interesting message for Virgo. Hidden factors for Virgo pertaining to this situation for the rest of March. Page of Cups, Seven of Cups. Get the Strength card in reverse, Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm going to turn the light on because it's a little hard to see sometimes. Okay, we got the Page of Cups in reverse, Seven of Cups, Strength card in reverse, Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Swords, and then the Moon in reverse. Okay, with these two cards, I'm sensing here for you, Virgo, for your hidden factors. It seems like this person that is involved here is someone who has a lot of like insecurities and disappointments because they're just overall emotionally immature, right? When it comes down to it, like, this is how this person is. And with that in mind, this person also has a lot of wishful thinking. They're searching for a purpose and they have a lot of daydreaming involved. They're not really present. They're kind of like stuck in fantasy. And like this card in particular, when I see this card, it's usually like window shopping for things that you want but you can't have. So it's like someone who wants an opportunity to like get things that they can't initially have. That's this kind of person we're dealing with. And they're not really like strong-willed, is what I'm getting with that Strength card in reverse. This is somebody who has a lot of insecurity. Again, they have like, they're kind of like struggling and it's causing them to have like negative emotions, you could say. There's a lot of self-doubting with this person that you're not aware of. And there's a lot of pride that they have in secrecy. It's so weird, this person. There's a lot of negative cards, by the way. Queen of Wands in reverse also. It's showing me like this is an introverted individual. They have a lot of, like, it's weird because they had like a lot of self-respect and self-confidence, but they're also very like selfish and jealous. They have a lot of insecurities. They're really greedy with that Four of Pentacles. So because of that, they have a level of like stinginess and possessiveness as well. But like they're like, despite that, they also kind of like are bougie. They like to spend money on expensive things. Like these are like pointing out all the negative qualities about this person that you're not aware of. And it's also showing me with this Ace of Swords, this person, it seems like they're coming through with a new idea that they think will be very successful. This might cause new issues later down the line, but you're not aware of this, that this person, despite all their negative qualities, they do have like a moment of like aha, like a mental like clarity moment of like, you know, with a new idea that might be successful. And so, but then you got the Moon card in reverse coming in at the end that's talking about like repressed emotions, misinterpretations, and releasing of fear. Okay, so like this person is not really smart either. It seems like they know what they're doing, but they actually don't. They're just finding other ways to like enable themselves of not having to like show their emotions and insecurities. But like, I think this is gonna cause issues later down the line, Virgo. What's up, Ada? Welcome in, bro. Yo, you just missed Capricorn's reading, bro. That reading was interesting. These cards wanted to come out. We're gonna do some advice for Virgo. And the Hangman reverse came out. The Star card in reverse came out. Nine of Wands upright. Four of Swords upright. Okay. phone real quick. Huh. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an interpretation on these cards, and the ones that are upright, I will read their description out loud so it gives more clarity in case it resonates more with that description in place in the card. So for your advice, Virgo, pertaining to this situation, it seems like you're at a crossroad because there's like a level of like indecision here that might be like because you're like feeling selfish at the same time, or someone else is feeling selfish. It's like, are you being selfish or the other person being selfish? Like, is this fair? Is this the right decision? You know? But it also is showing there's a lot of pessimism and arrogance that's taking place here as well that someone has to open their eyes to. Might be the other person. You probably see it, but like the other person doesn't. Okay, with the Nine of Wands here, it says, you're in the final stretch, but not completely done yet. You may be faced with a few more obstacles before crossing the finish line, but you can do it. You may feel worn down, but you have the resilience and steadfastness to overcome whatever comes your way. This is the last darkness before the dawn. So, in spite of this issue that you're having with this person, you need to have the courage to keep going. With this Knight of Wands coming out, it's like, okay, like this might not be the best moment right now with this person, or like you weren't anticipating this type of like situation to be so gloomsome, but like, you know, in spite of that, you have other things going for you that you really can't stop going, and like something good's about to happen. So do not give up, Virgo. With the Four of Swords following up, it says, take a breather and spend some time replenishing your strength. Refresh your mind with meditation and calm spaces. So yeah, like if you need time to recharge and rest and just like do things that will help you go back into a neutral state with your energy, then do so. But don't give up on your other things that are going on with you right now, because good things are going to happen soon. With that King of Cups, it's also expressing some like moodiness because of some manipulative like behavior. Maybe this person is trying to manipulate you and you're gonna eventually catch on to that, and that's gonna piss you off. So like if you need to keep distance because you don't want to lash out, then do so, because what's more important is like maintaining that like homeostasis of like good and bad energy. You know, you want to be neutral minded, and you want to be able to like be neutral enough to focus on all your other things that's going on in your life. But we do have the Devil in reverse that's showing us that you're going to eventually be free from that connection soon. Usually when it's upright, it's talking about like being obsessed, but like in this sense, you're not. It looks like you're letting go of it because you ultimately want to be happy here. And I think with your advice cards coming out, it is like saying that you already know what you need to do to be happy, and that's to walk away. Because eventually you're going to realize this isn't serving you, and it's actually not like worth it. You're going to notice all these qualities about this person, and it's just like, it's not it. It's like, ugh, you know? And with the Chariot at the end, it says here that the Chariot is self-reliant, energetic, and strong. You'll be met with competition and many obstacles, but your willpower will focus on to leading you to ultimate success. Have faith in yourself. Take the reins and be in control of your destiny. So you're going to feel much better, and you're going to have the willpower to keep going forward, Virgo. Once you let go, you have that ability to let go and go after the things that will make you happy, and you will be successful. So that's your advice, Virgo. I hope this helps. What's up, Habos? Habos, how you doing, bro? What's up, Ada? How you doing, Ada? I just got home. Yo, Ada, are you having issues at work with somebody? Like you bumping heads with somebody that won't leave you the fuck alone? I'm kind of curious. Curious, just laughing. Is there an Aries at your job? Loaded tarot? No? Oh, okay. Well, it might happen soon, because this is mid-messages for the end, until the end of March, you know? Okay, we have some cards that came out. I'll just read them, fuck it. Taurus. This seems like you're kind of okay. I don't think this is gonna apply to you, Apples, because I think you don't really come off like with this type of issue. But this is talking about like I think these are like for like singles Taurus is what it's giving. All right, so with the Two of Cups followed by the Three of Swords, it seems like Taurus, you are grieving a partnership that didn't work out. You're heartbroken over it, and there might be a possible love triangle situation that might have occurred here, but overall, you're grieving a connection. And then you have the Queen of Wands that came out along with the Knight of Pentacles and the Star. Let me pull up more cards before I continue reading. Yay, my tiny Libra fell asleep. Aw, you're just surrounded by Libras. It's so cute. Little guy fell asleep, huh? Can I get more messages for Taurus, please? Okay. Taurus. You have the Queen of Wands that came out, the Nine of Pentacles, the Star card, the King of Cups, the Hermit, and then followed by the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Fool card. These are all upright cards upright. These are all cards that are upright as well. I'm so sorry, my like tongue twisting. Okay. So you're grieving a partnership that occurred here. I have a feeling okay, I'm all right, Taurus. I'm gonna be real with you. For the single Tauruses that are resonating with this, I'm getting 3 individuals. So this might have been a love triangle of some sort. It seems like Taurus. I feel like this is you with the Knight of Pentacles. The other person of interest was the Queen of Wands, and so this Queen of Wands person might have been a fire sign. They were very like enthusiastic. They had a lot of charm. They had a lot of warmth. And they just seemed very determined, and you couldn't help but admire that about them. And you, as the Knight of Pentacles, you came in very conservative. You wanted to make sure that you were dependable, and you really wanted to be close to this person. You wanted to be someone that this person could depend on, right? And so whenever there were opportunities that came forward where you could demonstrate that to this person, you know, you went for it. You try to be very creative with it. You try to see if it could, you know, bring you guys closer. And you're hoping that there are more opportunities where you guys can, where you can renew that bond. The third person involved here, it seems like someone who comes off very considerate, someone who comes off very generous and very well balanced. And you're thinking maybe like, there were opportunities where, like, I feel like you know this person too. Like, you know this other person involved. And you kind of, like, knew. Like, interestingly enough, I see, like, these 2 cards also looking in this direction. Like, at this person. That's not really, like, looking at them. This King of Cups. And there might have been a hierarchy of some sort. Like, this person was, like, at the top, and this person of interest was, like, second top, and you felt like a knight to this person. You wanted to protect this person, and there was a lot of opportunities around this individual where you guys were all together at some point, but it didn't really work out that way. There were times where you kind of, like, used with the Hermit card where you would, like, withdraw and self-reflect and try to, like, gain some introspection on the situation. It seems like there has been a lot of self-reflection here where you're trying to come across like make sense of things that didn't make sense to you. You wanted to come across like moments where like you had like enlightenment. But overall, what the issue here was, with this Four of Pentacles, is like this ability of having control of everything and having stability while having control. You try to remain very logical, Taurus, with this Ace of Swords as well. You feel like you have more power. You feel more powerful when you have more control of something when you go about things in a logical way, and you come across different ideas that will help you get there. And you're hoping with the Fool card upright that things could begin with another opportunity. Like you're actually sure of it. Like you actually are trying to be positive. Like that things are gonna be picking up again soon. What are some hidden factors for Taurus regarding this situation? Get the Three of Cups, Nine of Swords. Tell me more. Okay, I'm gonna read all of these cards that came out for Taurus because this is actually like piquing my interest. This is a very dramatic situation. Alright, hidden factors that you don't know about, Taurus, is that there will be an opportunity where friends are coming together to celebrate. I sense like a lot of community involvement here. It seems like people are going to be meeting up soon and celebrating. And when you find out, there's going to be a lot of anxiety involved here, either you or the other person, Taurus. I sense someone isn't really getting enough sleep at night. There's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of despair. You can't help but there's like somebody here having nightmares, actually. Like they're just so stuck with this situation because it's like really like a big deal that happened here. Something like happened in the past with this. And these are hidden factors to Taurus that Taurus does not know. So like maybe the other person involved here is having issues sleeping at night. You think that they're happy because they come off happy, but they're actually not able to sleep at night because they're not happy. Like this is a just, you know, surface level mass that like I'm okay, but reality is they're not okay. And then this person is trying to avoid fighting with you. But the thing is, deep down, you guys kind of come to terms that you agree to disagree regardless of the situation, even if you guys talk things out. This is definitely like a transitional period for you, for both of you actually. Before, you guys would just probably like try to release things and ignore it, but now it's like this person is also kind of going through a transition. They're leaving behind this relationship that they had with you. They want to move on. With the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Cups upright, Six of Pentacles in reverse here, it's showing me that there is, however, unpaid debts here. And because of that, there's also like this financial like power and domination factor here as well. Someone needs to involve more self-care. Like this person seems like they're giving. They're very much of a giver and they need to take care of themselves, but there are some debts here that need to be paid that you're not aware of. This other person, you don't know this, but they have a lot of regrets, Taurus. they feel like a failure. They're looking at all the things that went wrong and, not really looking at the things that went right. And there's a lot of pessimism and grief involved here. You got the Five of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Hierophant, Ace of Wands, the Fool, and then the Seven of Pentacles here. So this person is trying to improve themselves. They're also trying to work on like not spending money. I guess recovery from financial stress. Like maybe finances was an issue before, but it's something that they've been working on. This person is with the Hierophant, this person is very much still like loyal to this connection to some extent. You don't think they are, but like they come off that they aren't, but they are. There's some loyalty that's still involved here. Like, when you are stuck in a routine of some sort that involves your beliefs, like religion or whatever, like you make it a routine, like, and you're just like faithful and loyal to that routine. Like, this is what I'm getting here. They're still like very much still in their routine that involves this bond with you to some extent. There's still some trust. There's still some attachment here. They're not completely gone. With that Ace of Wands following up as well. They do have an urge. There's some sexual tension here as well. I'm sensing a new beginning though also. I think that they're having a hard time like letting go too, and because like there's like, okay, they're supposed to be at a point in their life right now where it's supposed to be a transitional period where they move on and there's new things happening and there's new attraction and there might be even some sexual desire to some extent, but like they're still very much loyal to this situation. That's why they haven't really done anything yet with someone else. With the Fool card in reverse, it's also talking about like not really going forward. There's a lot of like holding back here. This person is not holding back. They're very reluctant. They're very hesitant. They don't want to make any bad choices and they don't want to take any risks, so they're not doing anything actually. They want to with that Ace of Wands, but they're not going to do anything about it. Hell, maybe somebody even tried to hit on them and, try to flirt with them, but they haven't done anything with that person. Like, I feel like that's what's the case here. Like, with these cards here, like, they've been more focused on the situation that happened and trying to, like, heal and do the mental, emotional, spiritual healing from this experience, but they haven't gotten over it yet. And they're still very much stuck and loyal to this bond and this connection, but like, I do think that somebody tried to make a pass at them and they didn't take it. Because it's like, this is very much like an indication of like sexual like attraction. But with this card falling through in the position it's in, says that they didn't actually go for it. They kind of like pulled away from it, if anything. So like, nothing has happened with that person involving other people, Taurus. With the Seven of Pentacles upright though, it's like, this is the overall mood they have. Like, they planted seeds to see them grow, and they're waiting on that. Like, this was like a long-term commitment they had. And they don't really want to let go because they want to see the investment, and they want to see the sustainable results from that investment that they made with this connection. Hi, Avi. How are you, wifey? Let's get some advice for Taurus. Where's some advice for Taurus? Yeah, this sounds like a love reading for like a single Taurus of some sort that's like getting over like a heartbreak. Okay, we got the Page of Cups in reverse, the Page of Wands upright, Seven of Pentacles upright, Eight of Cups in reverse, Five of Wands upright, the Devil in reverse. Any more cards want to come out for advice regarding Taurus? No? Okay. Alright, Taurus, let's read this. So these cards is your advice cards, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to interpret it, but also, like, whatever is upright, I'm going to read the little description of the cards so that maybe it, like, makes more sense to you, that you can resonate to another, like level of some sort. So, let's see. Page of Cups in reverse. So, let's see, for your advice. Alright. Regarding advice, there's a lot of immaturity here, Taurus, that needs to be reevaluated here with that Page of Cups in reverse. I'm not sure if this is you. I'm not sure if this is someone else. But in terms of advice, it's calling you out. You're not really, like, focusing here on what's really important. You're more, like, escaping things, that is immature. Like, instead of facing things head on, you're running away from it. Kind of like avoiding to some extent. And it's just like, your focus is kind of like all over the place. You need to readjust your focus and realign it to what's really important here. With the Page of Wands, it says here the Page of Wands, like the Fool, has a fresh start, passionate outlook on life. Drawing this card indicates that you have a creative spark in you. So go ahead, be spontaneous, and follow your creative muse. So, yeah, most keywords are like exploration, enthusiasm, discovery. Seven of Pentacles, we have, you are thinking of the future and you have been investing a lot of time and effort into a long-term goal. You have also learned to focus your efforts where they are most important. While you may feel impatient with the slower progress, know that if you keep it up, your goals will come to fruition. Keywords: planning, preservation, slow growth. And then you have the Eight of Cups coming in, right? With the fear of the unknown, you're feeling very hopeless. But then you have the Five of Wands that comes afterwards, where it says, you may be in the midst of a battle between rivals. In a group setting, there is a fight for dominance, and each having their voices heard. However, sometimes competition can be healthy. Rather than backing down, embrace change and deferring opinions of others. So competition, rivalry, disagreement of some sort. And then the Devil at the end, it's in reverse. So this is talking about being freed from something instead of obsessing over something and staying with it. So, interpretation time. Yes, you are been very immature and trying to avoid and trying to escape accountability here. And this is just not good. Like, in terms of advice here, like, you have to face it head on and be yourself. Be enthusiastic in trying out new things and being open-minded to new thoughts and perspectives. Okay? You know, it's good to have plans and it's good to grow, even if it's a steady, slow growth. Like, you know what you want. You have this image in your head of like how it's gonna be, and you're not gonna stop until you get there. You're very determined, Taurus. So it just doesn't seem right for the bull to run away. You know what you need to do. You know what you want, and you know you have like the preservation to keep like waiting and hanging in there, you know? So I know like there's a part of you that is afraid of the unknown, like you're scared of not knowing. There's also this level of like hopelessness that's also like affecting your confidence, but that shouldn't stop you. You know, the bull keeps moving forward and will keep charging even into the unknown. Okay? I think it actually is more worse when you don't do anything. It's like if you had to like really weigh it out, like you would rather go forward and go at a slow, steady pace than not actually doing anything, because you're not actually improving. You're not moving anywhere, and that's not something that sits right with you as the bull of the zodiac. Okay, like the bull of the zodiac is confident. The bull of the zodiac knows their worth, and they know what they're good at, and they're gonna be getting their way regardless. And they always have this positive attitude of winning. And so for the bull to like actually be like feeling helpless and not move and is worried, it's just not them. And it actually makes you feel worse. So have courage, Taurus. Like, this isn't you. You need to snap out of it. You got to face things head on and see where it takes you, and like change your perspective a bit, because it's not really like giving you the kind of like vibes you need. It's actually a disservice to who you are. And just understand that if there's another person involved here, like, that's just competition, and you know you're gonna win. Sometimes it's funny. Competition makes the connection interesting, but are you gonna like walk away and lose? Is that something that you're okay with? And it's just like, you know, with the devil card in reverse, like, you're not really obsessing over the situation at the same time, which gives you a sense of freedom, but you also kind of feel weak, right? There's something there that's very unsettling, that doesn't really sit right with you. Like, this doesn't feel like you. And so I think you need some time to really self-reflect, Taurus, and know, like, that what's going on right now isn't really who you are, and you need time to really look at things differently and charge forward. Okay? I hope this helps you, Taurus.